Welcome to the video. Demonic humanity hates the creation of God. God was born in between the animals. God was dying after he was an animal activist. And all what God created, humanity hates. God created the sea, God created the air, God created the soil. Humans pollute the soil, humans pollute the sea, humans pollute the air. So why do humans have no respect for God? Because humanity is diabolic. They don't love animals. No human which is not a vegan does not love animals, because we're keeping pets. We don't give the freedom to the pets. We are the ones who choose what the pet needs to eat and is not natural and creates disease for the pet. God was good. He said, "You shall eat only seed-bearing fruits to create no diseases and to create a peaceful world." And humans hate what God created. They throw trash in the sea, they throw trash on the land, plastics that's changed into microplastics that get absorbed by the food growing, by the cows, by all the animals. The animals are God's creation, and we kill the animals, we slaughter the animals. So there is no respect at all for God. We are not loving His creation. The oldest country in the world is Ethiopia. The Rastafarian movement started in Ethiopia. And Ethiopia has fertile soil because a lot of coffee is growing there, and there is sesame coming from the peanut butter is coming from those regions, and that means the soil is fertile. If we don't love God and we hate God, His creation, then we are totally wrong in being Christians. Humans are originating from East Africa, from where the Rastafarian movement started. And if you look at Mutabaruka is not believing in the Christian church, because they have done so many bad things. So they were uh, conquering and taking in African countries and taking the people away from their homeland and putting them on ships as a slave to go to the other side of the sea. And then they wanted to have colonial possessions in Africa. And people were eating healthy, and the Christians came and changes their food habits so that they got into industrial foods and were producing garbage by plastic and cans for beer and all that stuff, food packages. And Africa got polluted by the industrial food, by the Christian colonization influence. So the real Rastafarian movement is respecting the land and planting fruit trees on the land and making the soil fertile. And the land was given by Haile Selassie, the king of Ethiopia, the King of Kings, the Lord of the Lords. And Shashamene is still expanding, the community is still expanding, because the way of Rastafarian is the way back to nature, back to the jungle, and peaceful rebellion against the Babylon system. Most of the Rastafarian movement is vegan and is avoiding salt and alcohol. And most of the Christians don't know what is in the Bible. They go to church and they don't know what is in the Bible. In Genesis 1:29, it said, human food is only food that grows on the tree, a seed surrounded by edible flesh. And when humans ignored this advice by Jesus, they went into the dark zone of the Garden of Eden, and they were becoming, they were getting into a demonical world with aggression, with wars, with animal killing. So watch the link, please, that I put under the video. Gary and Miss Fit Vegan. So they made 2 videos, and I put the link of the second one because Gary is amazing in explaining why humans have been vegan from origin. And that animal cruelty was never a thing of God. Humans hate God's creation because they pollute and deforest the forest that God created. Blessings and peace.